And welcome back once again to Community Viewpoint. It's Beth Bromley and myself. We're here once again, John Pollock, I meant, talking about traumatic brain injury. This is Brain Injury Awareness Month. Is that the correct terminology?
Yep.
That's the poster that's behind us for the month of March. As I mentioned before, there's two sides to this. You have the military injuries that are happening because of Iraq, Afghanistan, and other places over there. I didn't have this issue when I was in Vietnam. There's other things that happened to us over there. But a lot of the IEDs, improvised explosive devices, just wreck their heads inside of their helmets. As a matter of fact, Cher, some years ago, the singer, she started a fund for better equipment, better helmets and things for the GIs, because she was aware of this maybe about 4 or 5 years ago already, that our soldiers had injuries. They were due to their equipment. So there were people that were in the know back then, but we're still learning a lot. A lot of us don't know about TBI. And our first segment, we had a little primer to it. So if you want to go on and tell us a little bit more about that, you had some information that you wanted to share with us?
In my video, YouTube video, I wrote an article last year that I sent off to the Brain Injury Alliance of Nevada, and I think they sent it off, at least they said they sent it off to Brain Injury Awareness Association of America to have it published in their newsletter. And I kind of wanted to go over and read that article to you.
Oh, please do.
Brain injury awareness, in my opinion, means educating society. So when survivors call for disability resources, they are never asked how to classify this disability, as in, is it MS, MD, MG, Asperger's, autism, bipolar, manic depressive, mental retardation, schizophrenia, a seizure disorder, or paralysis. When I say it is and it isn't all of the above. It is the disability that medication rarely helps and no medication can cure. A disability I believe that there will be no costly cure or an assistive device for, at least in our lifetime, or until NASA can figure out how to manipulate and fix a black hole. Okay, now I wrote a little footnote to go along with that. Studies now can link that a healthy diet, to managing symptoms and aiding in rehabilitation.
Oh, definitely.
So the healthy diet is very important, and there is also some, there's a hyperbaric oxygen therapy that does help. Now, I spoke to the people in charge of the hyperbaric oxygen therapy out of Louisiana. And just to let you know, the hyperbaric oxygen therapy is, even a portable device to put in your home is very expensive, anywhere from $5,000 up to $15,000.
That's the thing that when you're diving down underwater and you come up and you got the bends, they put you in there.
Yeah, they're using that. Yeah. It delivers 100% oxygen to treat that. Now, the lady on the phone, she was telling me that sometimes, you've got to go back for treatments and treatments and treatment and more treatments. So it's a lifelong thing. And, I'm just like, the original reason why I wanted to contact them to see what the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, how that differs from, learning how to utilize the oxygen yourself in a proper manner, like through Taekwondo, which I did, and Tai Chi, which is the art of teaching you how to utilize that.
So what do you get the belt for? To beat people with it, or what? Or to wear it?
That is my black belt. I achieved.
No way.
Yes, I achieved black belt in Taekwondo, in the high rank Taekwondo Federation. So.
Cool. Was that in town here, or did?
Oh, no, that was in Washington State.
Oh, cool.
So, anyways, back to the article. Brain injury is a disability of rehabilitation, and it's not only, brain injury awareness is not only for, the civilians of it or people outside of the injury, but is for the sufferers, and it affects everybody. Family members, caretakers, friends, husbands, children, teachers, schools, and society as a whole. They're saying that most of your juvenile delinquents are, people in juvenile detention are suffering, are brain injury victims and survivors and stuff.
Interesting.
So, but I just thought that would be an interesting tidbit to throw in there. Whether it's a traumatic brain injury, being a traumatic brain injury is where the localized trauma is, like in my brain. And then there's the mild brain injury as well.
Right, there were different variations of it. So
Yeah.
the mild one is?
The mild one is where the localized trauma to the brain isn't that severe. The traumatic one is where the localized trauma is very severe. Could have led to death even. I'm sorry.
We probably see a lot of that in the Iraq and Afghanistan when they hit with an IED. That's very traumatic. Okay, please go ahead.
And then there's the non-traumatic brain injury. It is the injury to the brain without physical trauma, which is the mild brain injury. Okay. And then the acquired brain injury is caused by sharing of nerve fibers, usually due to a lack of oxygen to the brain, on an underlying disease like, autism and stuff like that. And that usually occurs at or after birth. So, but I wanted to talk about those.
Wow.
At the moment of brain injury, the people that we were born to be cease to exist, and a new person evolves.
Understandable.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's all interesting. You have a book here too. That for some reason it hasn't fallen over. So
No,
that's really cool.
It hasn't.
Yeah.
That's really great. It hasn't fallen over. I am also a published author.
Oh, cool.
This is a book that I was published in 2007. I won an Editor's Choice Award, and my poem is the very first poem on the book.
Oh, neat.
And it's all about my name, because I could never come to terms with my name. So, but that's, I've been published 5 other times as well. So that's kind of giving hope to people that are just new and starting out in brain injury and stuff. There is chance and there is hope for recovery. And
yes. Well, that's interesting, and there's help within the town here.
Yeah.
People talking to each other with the group that you mentioned in the first segment, and once again they meet at Woofy's twice a month on.
No, they meet at Wolfie's every second Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m. in the banquet room. Okay. And then there's also the TBI Survivors Network, founded and facilitated by Craig Cecilia. That's mainly a group on the internet where survivors, we network together and talk, and it's a great thing. They go around, they have conferences and camps, and they help with rehabilitation. They help with other things as well. So that's a great resource that I highly recommend.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, so we have both sides of that, the civilian and the military. Are we able to cue up the video again? Okay, let's do the video, and we'll speak briefly after that again, so people could see this excellent video that you have.
Okay.
I was watching again. That was an excellent video, and it dealt with your injury. We saw the Volkswagen, the VW, and this was when you were what, 9 years old?
9 years old.
Right, and that you were driving to in another vehicle, or you
No,
were-
I was walking home from school.
Okay, yeah. So
And
you were 9, so you weren't in another vehicle.
Yeah,
You were
I was
actually on the
walking
road.
home from school.
So that came out of nowhere.
Oh, actually, my dream is to eventually go back to where it happened, and see the area and stuff. I want to deal with that. I want to experience that.
Okay.
It'll kind of make me, in a sense, make me feel whole. But right now, money is the
Okay.
restraint and stuff.
Well, that's understandable to remove that out of your the hesitation.
Yeah.
And and move on from there. But yeah, that's very bold of you. And you had a couple other issues or things that you want to mention also?
Yeah, I wanted to give the website address for Craig Cecilia's TBI Survivors Network. It's tbisurvivorsnetwork.ning.com.
Okay, great. So we're coming to the end of our segment here. I want to thank you, Beth, very much for spending this time with us, letting us know a little bit more about traumatic brain injury. Like I said, I would come in contact with the veterans to make sure that they're treated for this from the military point of view, and you from the civilian point of view. This is concussion with after effects, so this is basically a really bad concussion.
Yeah.
So this is what we've talked about today. So don't hesitate. If you want to call Beth at the station at 727-9400.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to find her going through the operator.
Yeah.
But so once again, we want to thank you for watching us. Thank you, Beth. And
Thank
hopefully
you.
you've learned something today, a little bit more than before you came on the show. And that's what we're all about here at Community Viewpoint. It's about what happens in our area, our local areas. So we only have 1 minute left, so we're cool with time. Was that 1 minute or 2 minutes? 1 minute. Hey, this is great. So March is Brain Injury Awareness Month. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays until the end of the month. Thank you for putting it in front of us. I appreciate that. So you see that really cool poster. The VFW for Veterans in Need, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 12 for the rest of the month. If you need some food, they have some baskets over there. So once again, thank you everybody there. We're out of time. Thank you, Beth. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you.
Hope you learned something. I did.